What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Cynsational Locks, and I am back with another video. I recently celebrated my 7-year lock anniversary, and a lot has changed in my routine over the last, since the beginning. Everything has been changing, but over the last 4 years, especially when I last gave you guys some tips. So I thought it would be a good idea to go back, look at those tips, and see if I would change anything for you guys. So let's do it.
Let's get into it. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Cynsational Locks, and in today's video, we're gonna talk about what everybody wants to know. Okay, we're gonna talk about how to grow strong, healthy, natural hair.
Spoiler. Okay. She knows what she's talking about.
And this is for loose and locked people alike. All of these tips are universal, and this is just what you would need to do, like on a minimalist level, in order for you to grow strong, healthy hair. First things first, you need to keep your hair moisturized. Think about it, y'all. I hate to go there with y'all, but we all know it. Like, our bodies are, 75%, 80% made of water, just liquid. And so with that being said, we obviously need water to grow. Water is the ultimate moisturizer. You need to make sure that you got yourself a spray bottle and that you are keeping your hair moisturized as needed. That might mean that you need to spray your hair a couple of times a day, maybe somebody else, maybe every other day. It depends on what you need in order to remain moisturized. And then you got to keep in mind, what type of water are you using in your hair? Some people are using tap water. And your water might be better quality than my water, but you know, if you want to check that, I'm sure you can get on.
Okay, so definitely she knows what she's talking about. I still agree with this 100%. Now, my water intake and the type of water that I drink has changed a lot since October 2018 when this was released. You know, sponsor me, Mountain Valley Spring Water. I'm gonna stop shouting y'all out if you don't sponsor me, but this is the best spring water. This is what I currently drink, and I'm still against tap water in the hair. I'm against tap water consumption, but I know you got to use it to wash your hair, so then you need to follow up, you know? So yeah, tip number 1, she's onto something, and that's really like my main tip now, but let's see what else she got to say.
I know y'all, I've been there or whatever. When I was loose, I was always trying to think, what can I put in my hair to make it slip? That I was just like overloading my hair with a bunch of different products, and it wasn't really benefiting my hair. I didn't see any change or any growth with it. And so I stopped doing that, and I started researching. Ding, ding, ding. That's another thing you got to do. I started researching what different like natural oils and butters do for you. I like the African raw shea butter, just in the yellow form, and when I was loose natural, that worked for me really well. I would use that in conjunction with Jamaican black castor oil, and I found that my hair really flourished off of that, and I incorporated some of those same things into my locked hair.
She's so cute. Her hair is nice. It's real pretty and everything like that, but some of the things, and we grow and we evolve, and this is what this is all about. So I'm happy I'm going back and I'm looking at these tips, and I can give you guys some new guidance, or at least what I'm rocking with as of now, as of October 2022. Catch me October 2020, what's 4 years? October 2026, and we might have a different regimen. For my loose natural people, when we are talking about shea butter, when we're talking about any product, really you want to aim for the most organic, the most natural product with the least amount of additives, you know, as you possibly can. I've learned that African shea butter that I put on the screen was not pure, and so I don't recommend that anymore, but I do still recommend shea butter. I cultivate my own shea butter and infuse it with herbs now. So I mean, go to CYNSATIONALLOCS.com. You can research my own shea butter there on my website. Outside of me, there's obviously, you'll be able to find some other vendors, but get you the purest organic shea butter that you can find. You won't find that at your local beauty supply store. I no longer use Jamaican black castor oil for myself. You know, it was an oil that was beneficial for me. It's not something that I currently recommend. Again, the more you know, the more you grow. And so the pH of Jamaican black castor oil, or just castor oil in general, is very low. And so I like to the best of my abilities, stay within things that are more neutral, more alkaline, and less acidic. And knowing that the castor oil was going directly onto my scalp and into my bloodstream, and the way that I was using it, I didn't feel comfortable with continued use of that. You guys can do your own research. Again, that's one thing that she said that I continue to recommend. Do your own research on it. Now I'm really loving jojoba oil, which I mentioned in this video as well, and I still love avocado oil. Those are still pretty lightweight oils, but they do the job. They work really well too as sealants, and yeah, I strayed away from the heavy. But, you know, it did what it had needed to do to get me here, because we're here. Okay, girl, what else you got to say?
As needed. As I feel like my scalp is dry and my roots need some additional moisture, then I will add my oil. But the staples are going to be that water for the moisture.
Well, I hate when I speak and then I don't catch it.
Don't over manipulate your hair. Like, I cannot stress that enough.
She about to get into something really good, but this has been bothering me for years, and I've addressed it in the comments, but I did not mean to say that oil was a moisturizer. That's not what I was implying. I use water as the moisturizer to hydrate my hair, and then I use oil as a sealant. And so I was trying to address that, like, how often do I use oil? Well, and when I feel like I need moisture. So I am going in with the water, and then in order to keep that moisture, I'm sealing it in with the oil. So that's why, you know, y'all can leave me alone for that.
Over styling your hair, or just retwisting too often, interlocking too often, whatever maintenance that you do. If you do it too much, you're doing too much, and your hair is going to reflect that. Your hair might start to thin, and you might cause traction alopecia. Lord, I've been there. Especially when I was a loose natural, I was doing way too much to my hair, and it's the part of the reason why I decided to lock it, so that I could really leave it alone and go down a minimalist.
That's my credo. No regret.
Sort of approach with it, but don't over manipulate your hair, and don't let others do it. If you like, and use your common sense, guys. Like, really, you got to think about things. If you wouldn't, if it don't feel.
Hold on a second. I just want to say that, well, probably not when nobody was watching my videos, but I clearly use this term and the phrase in this way. Well, I guess everybody use your common sense. Coined to me. That's a Sensational Locks phrase. We can take that from R. Kelly.
Use your common sense.
And we can give that credit to me, because clearly here I'm telling y'all what y'all need to do.
Use your common sense.
Right, then don't do it. Next, take supplements and drink water. Now, for my ladies, I recommend taking maybe a prenatal vitamin or a multivitamin. I recommend the prenatal vitamins over the multivitamins.
Okay, so I no longer recommend that per se. I don't necessarily recommend that you take prenatal vitamins. I still recommend that you take supplements, right? But when I'm talking about supplements, I mean just that it is supplementing the nutrients that you need. So I recommend that you get that from herbs, and, you know, again, as naturally as possible. Go to CYNSATIONALLOCS.com, check out my hair, skin, and nails tea, and you can research the herbs that I have available in it, because I do have that listed in the description.
But for someone like me, when I have Crohn's disease, and so I can't eat certain things, and so I'm not getting all of the nutrients that I would need from, you know, just like vegetables and stuff, because it causes me pain. So I don't eat those things, and so I take supplements. Now, if you're somebody who's just a picky eater, whatever, what have you, I recommend you take supplements, because they really do help, and you will notice a difference in your hair and your skin and the way you feel, you know. So my last tip, well, actually, no. Something else that you need to do is very important, is make sure that you are wrapping your hair up at night, or whenever you have some downtime or whatever. If I wasn't recording the video right now, I probably have my scarf on. I probably will record my next video with my scarf on, because I want to get my locks up and out of my face, and just, you know, I'm resting now. And so whenever you have that downtime,
look, do as I say and not as I do. I do recommend that you get yourself a bonnet, that you get yourself a scarf, depending upon where you are in your journey, and that you do that you do wrap your hair up, especially when you're doing things that you know are going to put you in a situation for debris and lint to get trapped in your hair. So like when you're doing laundry, cleaning out the lint thing, like you see all that lint flying around, wrap your hair up. If you are now in an environment like I am, I'm in the desert here in Nevada and the dust is all around, so I really need to take caution and wrap my hair up, especially when I'm going out hiking and in the mountains and stuff like that. So just, you got to use your common sense, use your best discretion as to when you're wrapping your hair up. I don't do it every night, but I do lint checks in my hair. So I'm going to talk about that in another video, some ways that you can prevent lint buildup within your hair without, lock brushing. Yeah, we'll get into that.
Of hair aren't being pulled out. Last tip, most important tip, is that you need to be patient with your hair. Okay, I have been locked for 3 years now, and when I started, y'all, I literally started with like heat damaged hair, hair that was like barely there, and that's for loose or lock. Just be patient. There's nothing.
I'm looking at that.
Aside from what I said, those things are really helpful, but your rate of hair growth is going to be your rate of hair growth or whatever. The only things that you can really do to help your hair grow or to see that length is to make sure that you are doing the things to preserve your ends. So I think those are all the tips I can think of right now that I have jotted down. But if you guys have any questions about that, make sure you put them in the comment box below, because
yeah, what she said. If you got questions, put them in the comment box below. I think overall, I give her tips now, knowing what I know and what I do now in my life and my routine. I give her tips. They are still B+. That is, that's still B+ material. She's still at the top of her class. The only things that I would change would say that I don't rock with the heavy stuff no more. I don't need Jamaican black castor oil. I don't even mist and oil my hair every day or every other day. At this point, it really just depends on like when I feel like I'm thirsty. It's like my hair is like, hey, you need a little water, and I'm like, okay, we do. Let's do it. And I think that for me, I've become even more of a minimalist. Like I don't even interlock my hair. All I do is semi-free comb. So if you guys are interested in those tips, I did make a video regarding that. I will drop it here or there. It'll be here, over there. It's gonna be right. I'm gonna put the video right here. You guys can check that out. And until then, I'm gonna see y'all in the next video.